Yeh-Hsien, a Chinese Cinderella. Long ago in southern China, so the old scrolls say, there lived a girl named Yeh-Hsien. Even as a child she was clever and kind. As she grew up, she knew great sorrow, for her mother died, and then her father too. Yeh-Hsien was left in the care of her stepmother. But the stepmother had a daughter of her own, and had no love for Yeh-Hsien. She gave her hardly a scrap to eat, and dressed her in nothing but tatters and rags. She forced Yeh-Hsien to collect firewood from the most dangerous forests, and draw water from the deepest pools. Yeh-Hsien had only one friend. A tiny fish with red fins and golden eyes. At least, he was tiny when Yeh-Hsien first found him, but she nourished her fish with food and with love, and soon he grew to an enormous size. Whenever she visited his pond, the fish always raised his head out of the water and rested it on the bank beside her. No one knew her secret. Until one day the stepmother asked her daughter,
"Where does Yeh-Hsien go with her grains of rice?"
"Why don't you follow her," suggested the daughter, "and find out?" So, behind a clump of reeds, the stepmother waited and watched. When she saw Yeh-Hsien leave, she thrust her hand into the pool and thrashed it about.
"Fish! Oh, fish!"
she crooned. But the fish stayed safely under water.
"Wretched creature!"
the stepmother cursed.
"I'll get you." "Haven't you worked hard?"
the stepmother said to Yeh-Hsien later that day.
"You deserve a new dress."
And she made Yeh-Hsien change out of her tattered old clothing.
"Now, go and get water from the spring. No need to hurry back."
As soon as Yeh-Hsien was gone, the stepmother pulled on the ragged dress and hurried to the pond. Hidden up her sleeve, she carried a knife. The fish saw Yeh-Hsien's dress, and in a moment he raised his head out of the water. In the next, the stepmother plunged in her dagger. The huge body flapped out of the pond and flopped onto the bank, dead.
"Delicious!"
gloated the stepmother as she cooked and served the flesh that night.
"It tastes twice as good as an ordinary fish."
And between them, the stepmother and her daughter ate up every last bit of Yeh-Hsien's friend. The next day, when Yeh-Hsien called for her fish, there was no answer. When she called again, her voice came out strange and high. Her stomach felt tight, her mouth was dry. On hands and knees, Yeh-Hsien parted the duckweed, but saw nothing but pebbles glinting in the sun. And she knew that her only friend was gone. Weeping and wailing, poor Yeh-Hsien crumpled to the ground and buried her head in her hands. So she did not notice the old man floating down from the sky. A breath of wind touched her brow, and with reddened eyes, Yeh-Hsien looked up. The old man looked down. His hair was loose, and his clothes were coarse, but his eyes were full of compassion. "Don't cry," he said gently. "Your stepmother killed your fish and hid the bones in the dung heap. Go, fetch the fish bones. They contain powerful magic. Whatever you wish for, they will grant it." Yeh-Hsien followed the wise man's advice and hid the fish bones in her room. She would often take them out and hold them. They felt smooth and cool and heavy in her hands. Mostly she remembered her friend, but sometimes she made a wish. Now Yeh-Hsien had all the food and clothes she needed, as well as precious jade and moon-pale pearls.